Hi, I'm Brett Parker, multimedia specialist for Dairy Foods Magazine. And today we're focusing on Sartori, who've launched snackable cheese bites, which come in two signature flavors, MontAmoré Cheddar and Italian Herb Cheddar. Here to discuss this is Allison Klauke, Associate Brand Manager Retail Grocery for Sartori. Allison, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Can you tell us the inspiration behind the cheese bites?
Definitely. So, cheese is something Sartori has been in the business of for quite a long time. We were founded in 1939 by Paolo Sartori, and we're fourth generation family-owned company with Bert Sartori, and now as our CEO and leader. And throughout this journey that we've been on, snacking has been something that we've discussed along the way, but I've never felt like we had the right product or the right thing to move forward with. So for a couple of years now, we were working in uh, our retail space, looking at the products that were doing well in different things. And we were like, how can we bring that elevated experience of your specialty cheese to your everyday snack? And so that's kind of where we got to the cheese bites and took some of our favorite products like the MontAmoré Cheddar and decided to make it into a snackable bite. So kind of a lot of things, but definitely Sartori consumers were like, hey, we want a more convenient snackable version. And that's kind of how the cheese bites were born.
Now, with the flavor selection for the cheese bites, was that something where you guys followed your own intuition of the kind of cheese you wanted to taste, or was that more driven by consumer data?
Definitely by consumer data. And honestly, that's where a lot of the cheese bites came from in general, is like when you look at the trends, snacking is huge. It continues to be huge. Cheese snacking continues to grow as consumers are looking for more health conscious snacks, higher protein snacks, natural snacks. So when we were looking at what segment to play in the bites, cheddar is one of the most relevant segments for cheese types when you look at the specialty cheese case in general based off of consumer data. And so that's where we were like, hey, let's ground this in snacking. We know specialty cheese consumers want this. We know snacking consumers want it. And we kind of saw cheddar as our bridge to get into the snacking space. And then it also worked out well that we have our MontAmoré cheddar, kind of that Italian play on the cheddar, to come through as one of our leading flavors of this line.
You mentioned consumers being health conscious. Are there health benefits specifically to the cheese bites product compared to similar products on the market?
I would say just the same as our other products. Like it's very clean label, and I can't remember exactly off the top of my head what the protein count is, but it's a relatively high protein snack as compared to other snacks on the market. In general, cheese has a high protein content, so we're just kind of able to put that in a convenient package.
What is the biggest challenge of creating this type of cheese product?
I think the biggest challenge is just finding and listening to the consumers and giving them a product that they are interested in, want. And we definitely took our time in making this product and making sure that we were listening to consumers. Um, in one of your other questions, you kind of talked about going off of our intuition versus consumer data. And we definitely have a mixture of both, but I would say that's the part of this that taking the time, listening to consumers and making sure that we're bringing a product to the marketplace that they're interested in was one of the best challenges and also learning opportunities for us through this process.
Can we expect different kind of cheese flavors in bite-sized form in the near future from the company?
Yeah, I would just say stay tuned. These ones are rolling out. They're on shelves pretty nationally, so you should be able to get them at basically any major retailer that you shop at. But we are already in development for some new flavors. So it's a very exciting platform for us. And we look at it as a really great opportunity to kind of play and have a little fun in the cheese snacking space, if you will, and bring some of our flavor leadership to the forefront. When you look at our Bellavitanos, we have everything from red wine to garlic and herb to tomato basil. So not that those will necessarily be the flavors, but just trying to play off of some of our flavor leadership and bring this next round a little bit different from the flavor profile side of things.
Do you feel Sartori does something different with its cheese products compared to similar products on the market?
I would say, kind of going back to what I just talked about, is we really lean into flavors. So we really want, if we're going to put a flavor on the package, we definitely want the consumer to have that and taste that and bring that in. And when you try the Italian herb cheese bite, you take one bite of that and it is full Italian herb in your mouth. So I would say that's something that we definitely excel at. We are cheesemakers at heart. That is the base of our business. We have three master cheesemakers on our team. So really making sure those flavors come through and the cheese really shines through is something we're very passionate about.
Sounds fantastic. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. Allison Klauke of Sartori, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching.